Romance through fancy appliances. Or are we reading a love story or a Sears catalogue from 1998? Because apparently nothing says, I love you, like a new convection oven.
That is entirely out of context. It's a grand gesture within the narrative framework of
A narrative framework where a giant hockey player buys his girlfriend a kitchen appliance. Was the dishwasher busy? Did the toaster feel left out?
We are supposed to be discussing Secret or Shootout by Brunner, a contemporary romance exploring complex themes
like lying to your best friend, who is also your boss and captain, while you're trying to win the biggest trophy in hockey, all because you made out with his sister in a bar booth. Yeah, complex, like trying to assemble IKEA furniture drunk, which, speaking of, reminds me of my ex, Kevin.
No one cares about Kevin. The point is Bruce McBride, the goalie, finds himself in an untenable situation when he discovers the captivating woman he shared an earth-shattering kiss with is Farrah Remington, sister of his captain Remy.
Earth-shattering, please. My Uncle Barry sets off seismic detectors when he sneezes. And this Bruce guy, this 6'5" goalie, they call him a golden retriever, is that code for licks his own face and chases squirrels because that's not sexy? That's just needing a vet.
He's described as sweet, tender-hearted, a refreshing departure from the toxic masculinity often prevalent in sports narratives. His internal conflict stems from loyalty versus love.
Oh, spare me the psychobabble. He's risking the Stanley Cup. For a girl he kissed once, and then avoided for a year and a half. That's not tender-hearted, that's just dumb. And goalies are weird anyway. All those superstitions. Talking to the posts. Probably arranges his cereal by colour. I bet his sock drawer is terrifying.
You're pathologizing him based on his profession? Let's discuss Farrah. She's dealing with the emotional fallout of a terrible divorce, compounded by her struggles with PCOS and infertility, which her absolute scumbag of an ex blamed her for. It's handled with sensitivity.
Oh, sensitivity, sure. Look, I feel for her. The ex sounds like a real piece of work. Like my neighbour Carol who blames her prize, winning begonias wilting on Mercury being in retrograde. But Farrah keeps pushing Bruce away. Make up your mind, lady. Does she want the human equivalent of a Labrador who buys kitchen gadgets or not? It's giving me whiplash. And trust issues. Honey, try dating a guy who claims his pet rock collection is performance art. Then we can talk trust issues.
Her reluctance is a trauma response. It's about vulnerability. And Remy, the brother, his reaction, while perhaps extreme.
Extreme? The guy finds out his goalie is secretly banging his sister during the playoffs. I'd have slashed his tires. Maybe filled his goalie pads with itching powder. Remy got off easy. You're just mad because he doesn't use words like narrative framework. He probably just punches things. Respectable.
Violence is never the answer. Unlike your approach to literary criticism, apparently. Remember Moby Dick. You wanted to give the whale therapy.
That whale was misunderstood. Just like Bruce is probably misunderstood when he lets in 5 goals because he's thinking about Farrah's blue eyes. Ooh la la, gag me with a baguette.
It's French for blue eyes, a term of endearment. Some reviewers found it incredibly romantic, one said. Quote, the way he reacts to her PCOS and possible infertility is literally the definition of green flags. See, depth.
Green flags, or just basic human decency. Is the bar so low we're giving out medals because a guy doesn't run screaming when a woman mentions her ovaries? And depth. People are crying on the subway reading this. One reviewer, shed tears into my pillow? Over what? The lack of spice? Because this book is famously fade to black, closed door nothing.
It focuses on the emotional connection, the anticipation, the yearning. It doesn't require graphic detail to convey intimacy.
Bull, it's a hockey romance. I want sweat, grit, maybe a broken tooth, and definitely more than just a kiss and then bam, chapter end. It's like promising a 5-course meal and serving 1 breadstick. What happens behind the closed door? Does he help her organize her baking supplies? Does he read her the warranty on the new oven? I need to know.
It leaves something to the imagination? Unlike your commentary, we received a listener email, Dear Heartbook Radio, I loved Bruce. But if he were a sandwich, what kind would he be? Utterly absurd.
Easy. Wonder bread with mayonnaise seems nice, kinda bland, ultimately disappointing. Unlike Farrah, she'd be like a sourdough bowl with complicated artisanal cheese that you're slightly afraid to cut into.
That makes surprisingly little sense. Look, the book attempts a delicate balance between high-stakes sports drama and sensitive personal issues. Does it succeed? Reviewers are divided. Some adore the sweetness, others wanted more edge, more everything.
It's like Hallmark crashed an NHL game and spiked the Gatorade with estrogen.
That's vivid. All right, wrap-up time. Despite your relentless negativity, I found merit in the portrayal of supportive partnership. I give Secret or Shutout 6 out of 10 gently reassured protagonists.
6. Are you kidding? For the appliance romance and the blue-eyed goalie who folds under pressure? No way. I give it 4 out of 13 unanswered questions about what happened after the fade. To black. It was fine. I guess if you like your hockey players neutered and your romance served cold.
It wasn't cold, it was simmering.
Simmering like a forgotten pot roast. Anyway, that's all the time we have for this emotional roller coaster/appliance catalog.
Join us next week on Heartbook Radio when we tackle the controversial underground hit. My goldfish might be a Russian spy and he keeps judging my life choices.
Sounds more believable than this one. Don't forget your oven mitts, listeners,
And for Heartbook Radio,